Hello. When I was asked to give my testimonials on ICCR program, I was very happy to do so and very quickly because I was blessed and privileged to be a senior ICCR Research Fellow 2 times. First time that was almost 15 years back in 2010 and 11 when I was ICCR Research Fellow at Indian Institute of Advanced Studies in Shimla in Himachal Pradesh. And former Vice Regal Lodge. So there I was working on the topic of culture and religion and Central Asian history, and I participated in numerous events and academic life at IIS. So that was like, for example, every week's seminars which we had to participate and present our presentations, irrespectively of whether we're not familiar with the theme of others or not. So to broaden our scope, our mind. So, and particularly, I was lucky because, needless to say, that this academic intellectual life in EIS helped me a lot of, as far as my own professional growth is concerned, that was I call intellectual enrichment. But what is more, it gave me a unique opportunity and a great experience to witness how the academic and intellectual life is in India with its free flow of discussions, debate, argumentative viewpoints, and wide scope is organized and implemented. That was really hugely important for me, and as far as the scholars. And the other important part of the two fellowship, my experience was my participation in the cultural life. I think that is the main idea of the ICCR scholarships and fellowships, because you not only observe, you not only do your academic field and work and study at the libraries, but you also participate in all activities, and you see all these holidays and festivals, and you do the same way as an Indian people do. So that is gives you importance of being a part of the cultural way of life, of Indian way of life. So that was also the trips, the cultural trips towards different parts of India. In my case, I had a Really, I was blessed to experience Indian culture and heritage, what made a huge impression on me and my understanding of Indian way of life. Particularly, I visited all these places linked to Buddhism in India or in Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Ladakh. So with our other fellows, both Indian and from Japan as well, in that time in IS in Shimla. We visited Revalsar, the lake associated with the caves of Guru Padma Sambhava in Sarnath, Bodh Gaya, Nalanda, Bihar. In Bihar, in Lahore Spiti, and all these Buddhist monasteries like Kilon, Trilokinath, Tabo, Kaza, Ki, in Leh in Ladakh with the Hemis, Alchi, Pangon. So I also visited Mumbai, where I gave my lectures. So that is a real experience that you need to feel and go through, which gives you importance, feels of completeness, because only academic research is not enough. And another, I would say, a very interesting importance of this program is the participation in cultural events as well. For example, in IIS in Shimla, our director at the time, Professor Peter de Souza, he gave idea, he renovated actually the former colonial swimming pool into pool theater, which we called it. So where the performances of musicians in the South Indian dances, book releases, book workshops, film clubs, etc. took place. So that's the hub of intellectual participation as well. So, and that in 2011, that was the 150th jubilee of Rabindranath Tagore in May, particularly, and we had a week-long week of retrospective films, short films by Satyajit Ray on Tagore stories like Charulata, Ghari Bhari. And so that was very important. So I was impressed by both masters. And we had Indian popular music, the charming voices of Kishore Kumar, Muhammad Rafi, Lata Mangeshkar. So it became a source of admiring and, understanding of Indian culture. Uh, Another interesting experience was this participation into the theater experience, which we had with the help of our one fellows from Junior Shoma Bharat Chaudhary. And following the director's idea, he organized theater workshop, and I participated in it. First, out of interest, just to know what is this kind of experience of theater workshops, which I didn't know experience in my life previously. So that was so absorbing. You know, for 2-3 days a week, we need to participate in these training sessions, in workshops, and finally, then we made our own performance on 1st September of 2011, just before, on the eve of my departure and my closing of my fellowship. So that was really amazing and very exciting and thrilling moment for me. And second time, I was a ICCR Senior Research Fellow in 2022, 2023, recently, just 2 years ago. And that happened to be, also was blessed to participate, to be affiliated with the Indian National Museum of History, Institute of Indian National Museum of History of Art, Conservation and Museology. Now it's called Indian Institute of Heritage. And I remember the very important for me, meetings and consultations with the Professor Anupa Pandey, with the director B.R. Mani, with the Professor Manvi Seth, Savita Kumari, and all those people who helped me to introduce to the field of art, of history of art of India. So, and I was also with suggestion of invitation of Professor Nopapande, I prepared a course of syllabuses and course of lectures on Buddhism in Central Asia. So for 2 terms, I was working on this and teaching for MA students of this institute. That was also a very interesting experience for me, because that I teach at Kazakh national universities under Al-Farabi in Almaty, but that was my teaching for MA Indian students. And the way how they ask questions, how they participated in discussions, and how I performed, and try to share my experience on this topic, which really a momentum, and a very good topic for understanding how deeply involved our two regions, I mean Central Asia and India. So I prepared a manuscript for publication, in which I discussed the importance of and influence of actually Hinduism and Buddhism in Central Asia, using the case of Tilatipaya in northern Afghanistan. So hopefully that will be published soon. So with my husband, we also visited so many places in India. We visited Mathura Museum, and we also were able to see as a part of this international seminars organized by Professor Nopapande, to go to some other places like in Sanchi, the places which is famous Sanchi stupas, Udayagiri caves, and Hindu Shiva temples. So this is a really unforgettable experience, and I hope, my only hope is that this experience should be shared by many more scholars in our regions, abroad, as far as our regions is concerned, particularly from Kazakhstan. And why not? Perhaps I would like the fellow of ICCR Research Fellow for the third time. So that could help me to complete my book on linkages on which are expressed in art and in symbols between Central Asia and India. So thank you for this program, and I think it's very much needed one, because it enlarges your horizon, your perspectives, your scope, and it gives you a more on-site, on-spot understanding of what the culture of the other is. And I would not say the culture of India is the other. This is our own, because the connections and links between our regions are so deeply uh, historically proved. We just need to uncover and to dig in to make it more available for others who should, other audience, not only academic, so to make them understand this deep influence of our cultures on each other. So thank you so much. I think this program is very needed. It's much needed. It's very important, and wish we celebrate more other jubilees of it, not only the 75th. Thank you.